I want to show this too, right? Because the other one it was so heavy on the female, right? So I just want to show this on how it affects the male. I want to just give a little bit of context and a little bit of exposure. And this, I love it when these articles are recent. Not to say that they're null and void when their years pass, but when they're recent, that says that, okay, somebody else was interested and investigated. So, three alarming facts about male victims of domestic violence. This isn't exactly a news flash, but men can be victims of domestic violence too. This is especially true when it's an intimate partner violence. IPV is a form of domestic violence that entails abuse or aggressive in a romantic relationship with a current or past spouse. It also occurs with someone you happen to be dating. Um, it encompasses physical and sexual violence, yet it also includes emotional and psychological aggression. IPV occurs when your spouse embarrasses, shames, or puts you down. It also happens when a spouse or ex threatens to take away the kids or destroys your property. You may also be a victim of IPV if an ex or current partner stalks you in real life or online. I thought that was, when I saw that, I thought that was important because obviously, you know, there are going to be some physical forms of IPV against men by women, but a lot of it is psychological, it's emotional, and it can be, like you said, threatening to be judicial or legal in that I will prohibit you, I will stop you from seeing your kids. Abuse of black men by an intimate partner is prevalent. Make no mistake, black women are victimized the most by IPV, and it is often at the hands of black men. That's first and foremost. What's more, the majority of black female homicides are committed by an intimate partner. Yet every year, a considerable number of black males are also victims of IPV. According to the CDC, 40% of black men will also experience physical violence, sexual assault, or stalking by an intimate partner in their lifetime, according to the data compiled by the CDC. So men are suffering as well. And again, this is just to show that balance and equality because a lot of times I know in today's society, it's become such a neoliberal womanist, black feminist world that oftentimes the voices that's heard the loudest is that of the woman. There's not a lot of voices that are equivalent or that want to show the equality for the man and the woman and how that shapes the family and the community and the child ultimately, right? An overwhelming number of black men experience psychological aggression. According to the data cited by the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, 56.1% of black men have experienced psychological aggression by an intimate partner in their lifetime. Psychological aggression entails name calling and humiliation. It also appears as coercive control, where a partner may try to keep you from seeing your friends. They may also threaten to hurt you or themselves to keep you from leaving. Now, in a lot of circles that I've been in, you know, or I've discussed things, it's like, man, you have to really start with the I, right? I, self, Lord, and master. You have to master self. You have to do the work necessary to get yourself out of these things. And oftentimes, you know, for the brothers, we often say, well, women should have not stayed. Why didn't she, you know, get out of there? She was being whooped. I think I just saw Slim Thug. He just made a vlog where he said, in respect to the brother, he said, man, I don't think that they should be taken serious. There should be no recourse when they come out years and years and years. And I understand his perspective and where he's coming from. On the flip side, though, uh, with the man, hey, we have to pull ourselves up. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? If we're dealing in equality, hey, the man has to pull himself up. He has to remove himself as well. Now, there are issues just like there are issues for the sisters. So you see what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? We have to take these things into account before we just jump out there and not extend some proper handling of our people. But yeah, we have to do the work, and we have to be strong enough to move away from that harms us and that doesn't benefit us in the way that we believe or that we thought they would serve, especially when it's becoming somewhat of a an abusive thing. And then it goes down. I won't go through all of them. An overwhelming number of black men experience psychological aggression when it comes to sexual violence. Men are victimized by men and women. 87% of male victims of rape reported that another male was the perpetrator. CDC defines rape as any completed or unwarranted attempt at penetration, yet known as made to penetrate. Um, and also rape when a man is coerced into penetrating someone without consent or through the use of physical force. 79% of males in MTP cases, made to penetrate cases, stated that the perpetrator was female. Wow. An overwhelming majority of male IPV victims named females as the perpetrators. 97% of men who experienced rape, physical violence, or stalking by an intimate partner reported only female perpetrators. About 82% of males who were coerced in the sex reported only female perpetrators, according to the CDC. Um, that's something else. So we see where it happens on both sides, right? This is an issue that plagues us all. Now, when we consider Keke Palmer, something happened. I remember months ago hearing about her wearing a dress that he perceived as being a little bit lewd, right? And she was also dancing on Usher Raymond. Now, at that point, I thought, well, it's in her lane of work. It's in her line of work. She's a celebrity. Celebrities wear these things. Do I agree with that? Not. No. I would hope that my wife would always keep her respect for herself, but also, if nothing else, the respect for our family and how she represents it in mind when she steps outside and projects who she is, because she is truly a reflection of my son. That's my wisdom. So she reflects the light off of me, right? We're intertwined. So, but again, going back on what I'm saying, she's a celebrity, and I understand that that's the nature of that industry. Now, he said something about it, and he was attacked for it, right? And I thought that he was a little bit naive to open that up to the public and not think that her being such a darling, that he wouldn't catch the backlash that he caught. You know, I don't think he thought that all the way through. But when this new allegation came up, or this um, new discovery where she has a restraining order filed, what I saw was, is typically what we see. The woman's side is taken like right away, right? She's taken as the victim, not recognizing that yes, that could be it, but there are two sides, and then there's the truth, and they never did. People aren't saying, okay, well, because he claimed she was abusive, and she potentially could have been, right? He'd have to prove that, but we understand there are different forms of abuse, and like I read, they look different for each gender, for each sex, for lack of a better term, male, female, man, woman. It looks a little bit different, but that's harmful. Children who are in homes that suffer abuse, they have a hard time adjusting in school. They have a hard time learning because this dampens their spirit, right? When you're in total chaos 24/7, or when you're home where your peace is supposed to be, when it's cluttered by hostilities, that is going to manifest with you in your spirit when you go out. So, you know, that domestic violence thing is horrible, brothers, sisters. We have to consider the effect that it has on our children and on our family structure as a whole. There's no reason that the black woman should be the woman that has the highest rate of domestic violence. That she's been victimized by domestic violence at the highest rate than all other ethnicities. That's unacceptable. We have to really, what did Tupac say? I think it's time we heal for our women, be real to our women. You know what I mean? I forgot the lyric, but y'all know what I'm talking about. We have to protect these sisters any way that we can, in every way that we can, because there are consequences and repercussions to our actions, right? So, yeah.